Hey, and welcome to Soldev Cloud Academy. And today we're going to show you how to subscribe and log into Keycloak using Soldev on AWS in about 5 minutes. Now, you probably already know that Keycloak is an awesome open source single sign-on solution for apps and services. And we're going to walk you through a quick and relatively painless process of getting it up and running. So let's get started. First, you'll need to go to our Soldev Cloud documentation at cloud.soldev.net. And once you're on the main welcome page, you'll see under the platform section, there are two cards, one for cloud and one for CMS. You're going to want to click on the cloud access button. And once you're on the main directory page, you'll see that on the left-hand side, we have multiple products under cloud as well as cards in the main section. You'll see that Keycloak is there. Go ahead and click on that install button. And that's going to take you over to the main Keycloak serverless page. And once you're there, there are a few prerequisites we need to go over. First and foremost, you need to have an existing AWS account, and you need to have that account open to the proper sub-account. Make sure you have an existing certificate in force and the certificate aren't available. Make sure you have a domain or a host name. And of course, make sure you have an existing VPC that's operational. So once you have all those values available, you're going to need them in later steps. You can go ahead and scroll down to that subscribe button. Go ahead and click on that. And that's going to take you over to the AWS Marketplace. Now, once you're there, go ahead and click on that Continue to Configuration button in the upper right-hand corner. And that's going to take you over to the Keycloak Configure This Software screen. And go ahead and click on Continue to Launch in the upper right. Now, once you're on the Launch This Software page, you'll notice there are a few details about the fulfillment option, the software version. Don't need to worry about any of that. Just find that Usage Instructions button in the center. And when you click on that button, it's going to open up a modal window, and you'll see that there's a link to the Soldev Quick Start for Keycloak. Go ahead and click on that link, and it's going to pass you back into the Soldev documentation at the proper point for launching the software. And if you look under that Cloud Formation tab, you'll see a big orange button that says Launch Keycloak. Go ahead and click on that. And that's now going to take you over to the AWS, your main AWS account, where you'll create a stack. You'll hit the next button on that first screen. And that takes you into specifying your stack details. Now, this is where you'll need those values from that first step. You can, of course, change your stack name if you choose. Under parameters, this is where you need to go and grab that certificate ARN value that we first established during the prerequisites. Go ahead and add that certificate ARN under the application load balancer settings. Just underneath that, you'll see your Keycloak hostname settings. So go ahead and add your domain name here. And then under VPC settings, if you scroll down just a little bit further, this is where you'll be passed into your VPC settings in your AWS account. So each of those drop downs should be complete with your VPC ID, all your associated public subnet values. So just click on each of those and select the VPC that you want to use. Now, once you've completed that, if you scroll down further, you'll notice that it says Fargate task size settings. You don't need to worry about any of that. That's all been set to defaults. Same with auto scaling settings, nothing to worry about there. Everything's been already preset for you. And at the very bottom, environmental variables. You don't need to do anything there. Just go ahead and find that next button in the lower right and click on that. That takes you into the Configure Stack Options screen. Same here, nothing to worry about. Just scroll down the screen. You'll see some stack failure options that are already preset, some advanced options that you don't need to worry about. Just click the next button in the lower right. This is your final step to review before you create everything in your stack. Just scroll down the screen. You can double check that things look correct. The most important part is to get to that capabilities section at the bottom. You will need to acknowledge that some IAM policies may need to be adjusted if your permissions are set to a certain level. Really nothing to worry about here. Just click that you acknowledge that. And then once complete, click the submit button in the lower right. Okay, that takes you over to the events page. You can now see your stack is being created in blue. Once that turns green in about 20 or 30 minutes, you can click the Outputs tab and you'll see that you have a value link that you can then click on, which takes you over to your Keycloak login page. Now, nothing to do here right now. Just go ahead and keep this tab open, keep it handy. Go back into the documentation under Access Your Credentials, click on that AWS Secrets Manager link. And that's going to take you into the secrets. You can then click on and find your Keycloak instance. Then you can grab your secret values by going to Retrieve Secret Value. and then go ahead and copy both the username and password from those secret values. Go back to that tab that has your login credential screen, add in those credentials, and click sign in. And from there, you're passed into Keycloak. Now, if you're looking for more guidance on how to use the products in our SoloDev Cloud, remember to check out our documentation at cloud.solodev.net and have fun building.